Welcome back to Beacon Pines. I'm Dear Darling, and through the secrets we find, let's weave together the story of fate, where, well, really this time is this episode's more of an epilogue, seeing as we basically concluded the story in the last episode. Right now, what we're going to be doing is 100%ing everything. So the first things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be seeing what the alternate endings are to the Vial, and then I have a hint guide open on my other monitor for basically how we get the other missing achievements. So I imagine we'll be able to do all of this with one episode, because it probably won't take that long. So let's start with junk and let's just sort of see what happens, because we know we've selected, I assume, a good ending. So this stuff will probably be not necessarily a good ending, but weird ending, bad endings, I'm not really sure. But anyway, can't wait to see the look on his face when he realises he drank his own cigar ash. This is post-holiday, so I don't even know if I can remember people's voices anymore, but Luka, how did ashes get in the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with a vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pa always said, bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. Ugh. You can call me Sharper Valentine. Is that's not his voice. I cannot remember what his voice is in the slightest. But we've seen this sort of thing before, where he sort of gets possessed by whatever habit. Let's see what cigar ash does then. Okay, he's literally turned to ash. Oh my god, you murdered him, Beck. Just straight up. Okay. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit. Bad ending, I guess?
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Sharper
horrifying
Valentine
experience, I
was gone
suppose.
for good. His end
I mean,
would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines.
I guess that's
A new
not
chance to
too
let go of
bad.
the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future.
Yeah.
The end.
I mean, that's not that bad an ending.
I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying.
It's a bit
That
horrifying, I
feels to
suppose.
you like a good note to end on? I won't stand in your way.
Ah, fair enough. Oh, okay. Well, I thought we were actually going to get, for a second there, I did think we were going to get another, like, post-credits thing, where it's just, like, we see the consequences of our action, I suppose. But, okay, maybe that's a bit much to expect, 3 different endings, I suppose, for each of
Wonder
us.
potion with a little malice.
Because I was just like, that doesn't seem like the worst ending, I suppose. It's not, you know, obviously very nice to Sharper Valentine, but at least it's sort of like, it's not bad for Beacon Pines. Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yep. Dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grudges because he's a little hair of a dog. You can call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face.
Okay. We know he contorts again. So I see him this time he just contorts into something different. Like a he explodes into confetti? Now that's what I call 80 poof whiskey. Damn, dude. Okay, pop goes a weasel. There's one achievement, man. Damn, dude. Probably not the time to be dropping a one-liner like this. I assume the confetti is meant to be a replacement to keep this game more PG, for something perhaps a bit more visceral, shall we say.
Quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance.
Okay.
He was never seen around Beacon Pines or anywhere else for that matter again.
So you didn't do that in the other
Watching
ending?
the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luka began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through
I
his
guess
tears,
it's
he was vaguely
some
aware
form of
that the crowd had
comeuppance.
begun to laugh with him.
Okay.
And
Maybe it's not meant to be a substitute for something more visceral, because that would seem like a very psychotic thing to do.
unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but
Yeah, probably.
who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Okay, so there we have it. There is, I suppose, all the possible endings I think we can possibly have. for Beacon Pines. The only exceptions being if our other charms, which we've not yet found, which I would say is very possible. So I think the thing for us to do is, for one, what achievements am I even missing? Born in a Barn, Melon Kicker, and Agile Angler are the three I'm missing. Agile Angler, I assume, is catch all fish. I think we're missing one or two or something of that. I don't know from where necessarily, but we can find it out in using the Steam guide. So, Born in a Barn. Melon Kick is actually the one that listed first. So, let's see. Find a way to kick a melon. Hint 1. There's got to be another way to hit the melon beside your hand. Obviously, we got to kick it. Maybe if they were already occupied. So, we need to go to a time where we were holding something so we can kick the melon. I think what makes the most sense is we need to go find the time from when we were delivering jam. I don't remember when that was. It was... I like... When did we deliver jam? See, these jump off points are like pretty spread out, so I can't remember which timeline it's in. Oh my god, I need to like think about. Okay, I think it must be after this. Sure, okay. It was definitely not. I mean, it was definitely way after this. Definitely way after this. Was it in this timeline? They do know about the jam he was delivering in this timeline, so maybe it was after this. Maybe it was struggle, and then I don't know. Struggle at Warehouse of Horrors turning point. Once you hit chapter 3, Granol instructs you to make jam deliveries. Okay, well I got the right area. Then head back to a huge watermelon behind Griffin and hit interact with it. Okay, so I got the right area, and what we need to basically do now is skip through a load of dialogue to get things done. Seeing as we've seen all this story stuff before, it's not actually that big a deal. I think that we're skipping through, and I'm just sort of going to passively talk over things. I think in the first point. Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually take us that long to get to here, but you would have thought, seeing as this game is basically a visual novel, it would have a sort of more of a skip option. Because there's a very unfortunate side effect where the fact that the turning points we have to choose throughout this game are very spread out from different plot points, which doesn't matter, I suppose, while you're playing through, but if you're trying to 100% the game like I am, perhaps that's a bit more annoying than one might think. But it shouldn't be too bad if we can just literally skip through everything. So we've got Roller here. Is there like a way to skip through all dialogue? All current dialogue? New game? Social? No? Alright. Alien zombie? Okay. Maybe I could just mash A faster. Like Mario Party style? It seems like there's actually a limit of how fast you can mash A. But I assume we don't need to talk to everyone, if I recall right. So it's probably fine that we just literally run past everything. I mean, I feel like that's probably what caused most of the time, is just talking to everyone over and over and over again. But if we just run past everyone, okay, so it doesn't take us that long to actually get to where we need to go. So now we kick the watermelon. Melon kicker. Find a way to kick a melon. Done. Okay, lovely. So that's number 1 down. The next one down is Born in a Barn. Well, not next one down, it's the next one we need to do. Your parents might have told you this at some point. So I assume this is meant to be a play on the... Well, it's not a play on the phrase, it's literally the phrase, what were you born in a barn? Seeing as we live in a barn, I assume we had to do something which is typically seen as like uncouth, you know? Or seeing as we would just, if we click struggle, we end up in the
This story
the
about
house again, but we
struggle.
had to immediately
Luka
leave
could
again. Now I
hear a
think about it
machine. He
because
felt his hand. He yanked it.
Gran
Luka
kicks us
thought
out
he
to
heard the
deliver
click with
things.
the muffled
So
noise.
we need to probably do something in the
Chapter
house,
everything. The next
since we
almost
live in a barn. I mean, I don't know necessarily what we need to do. You know, it probably makes more sense to do this at the beginning now I think about it, because from back here, this choice doesn't matter, but also we have sort of free reign to go wherever. So it's probably also a good place to do the fishing thing as well, once we find whatever charm we're missing for the fishing thing. At least I think we're missing the charm, I'm not really sure. We could probably check after this, but... right, so... almost certainly, this is going to be something we had to do in the house, where we have to do something like... I don't know. Leave a tap running? That seems like a pretty good thing. Leave a tap running and then walk out. What else can we do to mess this place up? Turn off the fire? I guess if anything, leaving the fire on kind of makes it more of a barn. We need to like make a mess. Maybe we need to like open all the doors in this place. I don't know if we literally can, but if we can like open... But basically, this screams to me, make a mess of the house and then leave, right? Because you know, it's the sort of thing. I mean, my parents don't say it, and it feels like more of an American colloquialism to me. But like, what are you born in a barn? For just like leaving a place in absolute like a pigsty, I suppose. I don't know what other cupboards and stuff we might have. Might as well check upstairs. Did we ever go into like this room during the story? I don't remember. It has been multiple weeks since I've by multiple weeks. Has it been multiple weeks? And I think it might have been, because Beacon Pines was one I recorded like well far in advance. So I think it might have actually been like a month since I've last played Beacon Pines. So I'm not going to remember all the story details, but that seems pretty good. No? Maybe we missed something? I mean, I can't really see anything else that we can open. Alright, no, just go to Pink Guide. They might have said it after you left something open. Well, okay, there you go. During chapter 1, head to the kitchen and leave an icebox open. After that, make sure you select a charm at Rendezvous with Roxy. Once you make it to chapter 3 and Gran is about to head out the door, she'll make a comment on how you left the icebox open. The achievement will unlock once she leaves. Oh, okay. So we basically just need to continue further with the story. Oh, so it's only the fridge, it's not everything. I feel like it makes more sense to me to leave literally everything open, right? Because then it's like you've really messed up and you're like living in a barn, right? You're sort of just, what are you doing? We should also actually, I suppose, while we're here, check out the fishing. Oh wow, we had to go through an entire chapter, but I suppose while we're here, we might as well check out the fishing thing to see which charm we've not got. Never mind, we cannot interact with that. We had to do that for a different chapter. So, you know, we're sort of just retreading things we've seen before, but this time with a much faster expediency. So it's probably not going to be the most interesting Beacon Pines episode, but I've also not started a thumbnail art for the next episode, next series, so just following on from this. So that is something which I am going to have to do at some point, and that some point will be tomorrow. And then I will record it. Also, a last minute switch, I suppose, between what I'm going to end up doing for my next series. Mainly because one of my friends bought me a series, not a series, sorry, a new video game for my birthday. And I'm like, let's make a nice sort of thing to follow on from Beacon Pines, methinks. And if it doesn't, then so be it. Okay, so we're having trouble with Roxy. Point. I wonder if we could have just skipped ahead in the chapter while leaving the fridge open, but I don't know if that would count or not. So I'm sort of just playing through on one timeline anyway. Whoa, language, narrator lady. So it seems like it actually would take up about 20 minutes, I suppose, to do all this excess stuff. Can we just walk past you? We don't even need to talk to you again, which is a crazy part. Hold up. Nope. Bye. Is that what normally happens? I don't remember. Okay, so we need to get captured by... Not captured, no. We need to struggle from the hazmat suit again so we can actually make it. Because if we don't struggle, something else happens, right? I don't know. I don't know if we need to necessarily do this all on one timeline, but I guess we do. Certainly I remember doing this over and over again. By over and over again, I mean like twice, maybe. So yeah, this is definitely a game which, if you want 100%, I feel like you should do it on your way through the game rather than backtracking, because backtracking's not the... I'm not going to say it's not the easiest thing to do, because it's not too bad being able to jump back in key locations, I suppose, throughout the story. But I also suppose this is probably not a game where you need to 100% it. But you know, in classic disarming fashion, you know, we 100% games anyway, just cause. Why not, you know? To both my benefit and detriment. And at least, at the very least, this episode will probably be, you know, the 100%ing of this game will only probably take one episode rather than some previous games where it's taken me like over half a series or something. So do we struggle or do we not struggle? I don't remember. Is this fine? Is this not fine? Man, do you remember this moment? This is when the game really kicked up, where I was just like, whoa, dead body being thrown on us. A very wild situation, I suppose, to be running into. Test subject, right? Do I even remember the plot of this thing anymore? It was like they were trying to make a reverse aging potion, right, for Sharper Valentine? That sounds about right. Because of like fertilizer for increasing fertilizer, something like that? I remember. The decrepit hand. Very freaky. Did we ever find out who this was? It was a scientist, right?
Luka sat 1:15:35. Screw Luka. Nothing. No sign. Time to halt.
Ah, so we don't need to struggle?
He was up like beacon pine. He wouldn't.
We just run? And chapter 3 starts. Okay, here we go. We can actually say this dialogue, I suppose, with Gran. I finished drawing a rest of jam last night, but she's meant to comment on living in a barn. So we'll just do that line just for completionist sake, I suppose, of saying all the lines in the game. Calm down. Start gathering folks, okay?
She let out a...
I have to go take care of something. You had to stay in this house all day. You can't leave. If I'm not back by dinner, there's steam in the icebox, but nothing. You had to stay here, understand. Yeah, okay, say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. This is where she'll say a witty comment. Oh, and Luka, you left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. There you go, born in a barn. Well, that was strange. So we've got the final thing which we've got to do, which is Agile Angler. I don't... Okay, so we can't check the fish very easily from this timeline. So we need to find... I think this might be the easiest one, if we just chill.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
And then maybe we can go back and do the fishing stuff, right? I don't really know. Well, we're gonna find out. But basically, Rhoda gets dragged off. I don't know if we can backtrack backwards through it. It's gonna be a long episode, and people are gonna be very much baited, being like, "Whoa, there's so much more content for Beacon Pines that we haven't seen yet." And it's, no, I'm just sort of trying to 100% things for really no apparent reason. So we've got to go fishing. Okay. Here we go. What fish? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Smack.
Luka stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook.
I don't remember this one. Where did we even get smack from? give it a good cast now. Can I remember how to do the fishing now? We wait for a bite. Pull in until it starts shaking, and when you stop. That's basically every sort of fishing minigame goes, apart from Animal Crossing, really. What is that? A beads? Should we give it to Mum? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo, but I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a palm bracelet. Oh, that's not my last one? Okay, wait, so hold on. Which one are we missing? You know, this is probably something we just go to Pink Guide for. Tickle, junk, pull, smack, cling, struggle, pungent, crooked. So we are missing tickle, junk, pull, cling, smack, pull, smack, cling, struggle, pungent, crooked. Okay, crooked. At the MCDC turning point, choose a flight charm. Before checking out the hole leading to the source, look at the sign above the town hall in the town square. Okay.
Luka gently good first.
I don't know how on earth I'm meant to be able to sort of divine that. Okay, so what was it? We choose flight. So this is when we need to discover the frozen wastes of remnants of the old town via Iggy. Not via, but with Iggy. Via doesn't really make sense in that regard. You had to forgive me. It's late. I'm back from holiday. I've still got holiday mode brain. My conversational juices probably are not at its peak, shall we say? Let's see what we're doing. We gotta find a way home. So hold on. Before checking out the hole leading to the source, look at the sign above the town hall in the town square. Okay, so yes, we have to. Do we have to do this? No, we do have to do this. Okay. Do we need to take off the snow thing? No, I don't remember. Right, yes, we do have to discover this at Beacon Pines. Still a crazy plot if you think about it. Like, how would you even do this? How would you reconstruct an entire city? Just like this. Also, don't we meet... Oh, I don't remember that person's name. In my mind, their name is Fran. The sort of like mysterious chinchilla person that we met, who I don't know if we really had much explanation for. They just sort of appeared. Now I think about it. I never really thought about that. This random character just appeared. I'm not sure if we're meant to know who they are. And they just left again. I don't know if it's like fan theories of Beacon Pines. I guess because I haven't finished it yet. I haven't actually looked up things like TV tropes or, you know, fan communities surrounding Beacon Pines to see what people's theories are. I should probably do that. Even though it very much felt like we finished it last time. I haven't actually done it yet. We're going to do a lot of dialogue skipping, and we're going to have to do even more. Let me look at OBS. We're at 23 minutes. Okay, it's not bad. I assume this will probably take about 26 minutes. So yeah, this is very much a sort of wind down from a game. You know, very different. I'm not even at all paying attention to what on earth is going on in the game. This is just for my own personal satisfaction, I suppose, to be able to have a 100% check mark, I suppose, next to Beacon Pines. Especially because it's a game I like, and it doesn't seem like it would be that much effort to 100% it in the first place. I mean, missing 3 achievements? Or 4 achievements? One just being because we haven't explored all the options yet. That's not bad, all things considered. Now this is definitely one you wanted to do, I suppose, while you go through the game. This takes forever. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet and you want to know my thoughts on Beacon Pines, you should probably look out for an Animal Crossing episode, which will come out. It'll probably actually come out the same day this one comes out, which is actually crazy, just the way things have lined up. No, it'll probably come out slightly before, I think, this one. You can see my sort of... Listen to my Animal Crossing episode where I'll probably talk about my thoughts about Beacon Pines after reading all the stuff about Beacon Pines and fan communities and theories, etc., etc. What's your name again? A friend? Nah, that's your name.
Nat,
Not Fran. Is Fran someone else? I don't remember. I find it very difficult to remember a lot of these names in Beacon Pines. If evidenced by the fact I constantly forget Beck's name.
Luka,
Despite the fact that she's one of the three main characters.
Nat took a deep. Nat exhaled. For a brief, Luka until Cole.
Oh my god, this is so much dialogue to skip through. I probably should have just cut this all out, but I feel like I very much committed to it at this point. You know why you're here for Dear Darling videos. You're here for unadulterated, unedited, absolute nonsense. Off the hook, off the head, with own piece, unscripted nonsense like this.
Nat.
Where you find me button mashing through cutscenes that we've seen probably quite a few episodes ago.
He sprang as Iggy turned.
How much do we need to skip through just to get to
Chapter.
the source?
He'd give as Luka. Rolo said he Mr. The clipboard. It all, but right now.
Ah, yes, I forgot. He comes back here to go to his father's grave, and there's a very sad moment where, you know, it's like, oh man, my father has been here this entire time. Although interesting, the fact that they decided never to actually move their father's coffin, I suppose, as well. I suppose that underground stuff doesn't really matter in a aesthetic sense compared to the overground stuff, right? Do we ever find out who these two people were?
He bent down to.
Do you think Mr. Nuncreed was one of them? I think these might just be random people, but hired by Perennial Harvest, or hired by Perennial Harvest to do this sort of stuff. I don't really know. I just want to get our final charm, you know. I'm surprised there's not an achievement for collecting all the charms, but I kind of guess that's what the fishing achievement is for, right? It's kind of hard to get all the charms without also getting the charms you need for fishing. Oh, why is there so much dialogue in this game? It's so good when I was playing through it the first time, but now trying to 100% it, just trying to get a singular charm. If only I interacted with a town hall sign the first time we saw the source. Which, to be fair, I don't know how I'd know that, but still. I guess it's, to be fair to this game, it's meant to be just like a tiny Easter egg for the completionist. It's not really meant to be a particularly noteworthy part of a plot or a logical through line, I suppose, for a game mechanic, right? That's my assumption. It's just meant to be for the person who interacts with everything. Which, to be fair, I thought I did kind of interact with everything. Clearly not good enough, but still. Okay, so interact with a sign. Didn't even know it was interactable. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. All that for that. Just a tiny line of dialogue. And then we have to be chill with Roxy again.
He found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to
And
feel
finally
chill.
attach the crooked bait to a fishing rod, and then we'll be finished, I suppose. We will have done all our... We were at 100% at Beacon Pines, probably. Right? Yeah, no other achievements. It seems to be the last one for me to get. And luckily, it's not too long to get this one. That was a lot of dialogue to sit through, though, just to get to crooked. Like, unreasonable, I would say.
Whenever it reminded.
If only there was like a drop-off point previously. Okay, so crooked.
Luka tied a bent nail onto the line.
Seems dangerous.
If all you have is a hammer.
Everything looks like a nail. So we wait for a bite. And then we reel it in until it shakes. Reel it in till it shakes. But make sure it doesn't break. Reel it in till it shakes. But make sure that it doesn't break. Is that a photograph? I can't really tell. It's a photo of you and Uncle. It's a photo of you and Uncle. It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Huh. Look at those two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of a pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. Oh, do we know that?
What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us?
It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Wait, do we know it, Joseph? Well, that's quite hard. Feels like a good time to pack up.
Aw, just a little bit longer.
If things lasted forever, they might not feel as special, huh?
I guess.
I'll make you a deal, buckaroo. If you ever feel like you need to talk about anything at all, you just say, let's go fishing. And I'll know what you mean.
Like a secret password?
Yep, top secret.
Neat.
Aw, let's go fishing, Dad. What a perfect day.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can interact with these stuff. No. Okay, well there we go. All the tchotchkes and knickknacks done. I suppose we're finished. We're beacon buttons. That's it. 100%. All achievements, 11 out of 11. I don't know if there's anything else in this game for me to interact with, but I suppose this will be how we round this episode off. So this was more of an epilogue, if anything. It wasn't a true episode in that sense. But I suppose if you have been watching for the final time, thank you very much for joining me on this journey through Beacon Pines. I've been disarming. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. My socials down below. I hope we can see each other again in whatever our next journey brings. But until next time, and I suppose for our final time, it will be bye-bye for now in a very lovely and heartwarming game.